Alright, this is the second episode of Kicking It with the Kages. Suchi Kage, introducing himself, we're going to be talking about Endgame. Everybody else?
Mitsukage here.
Kage, what's up, y'all?
Kage smoking weed again.
He is, actually.
Kage reading my Bible and judging the rest of them.
Alright.
You damn lie.
You're telling me this ain't the King James in my hand right now, motherfucker?
Nigga, that's the Heineken.
Same shit. A guy named Jesus made this, alright?
We're not even a minute in. So we're going to be talking about our general opinions on Endgame. I personally enjoyed it. I think it was better than the first.
I agree with you on that point. It was it's a lot better than Infinity War, and that's saying something with Infinity War being a very good film.
I personally think that the first one was better because we weren't expecting the outcome necessarily.
What are you talking about? We were expecting the outcome.
I wasn't expecting them to lose.
Alright, when we went into... Alright,
flat out.
What?
but when we...
Did you read the comic?
Like,
Yeah.
for real, it doesn't go by the count. You guys are dumb. Alright, first
not
of all,
gonna-
we went into Endgame assuming somebody was going to die, and somebody did, but we didn't assume that somebody was going to come in and challenge Kage for his seat at the movie theater.
Oh, shit, that did happen.
Like,
This
it
isn't
was-
canon to the movie, but this is canon to our experience.
Like Kage went straight into no talk jutsu, and it was something else.
I personally left because I knew I was going to assault this man if I continued to be bothered by him.
I'm still mad that this man did not react to any single moment of that
I was
movie.
tearing
This man
up.
thought-
I teared up in the movie, and this man was just wallowing in his
This
filth.
man thought nobody was gonna notice the difference between a bald Hispanic guy and a bald black guy, and was just like, "Oh yeah, hey guys, I'm the Kage. We're watching this movie, right?"
Okay, so what do you guys like about Endgame in particular versus Infinity War?
Endgame was a very hush-hush movie at the point where they were like, we're going to keep it to a point where you're not going to be able to guess the ending. And honestly, I was thinking about endings, and what happened in the movie, like, blew me away. Like, the ending was like 5 different parts where it was just bam, bam, bam. And it was just like everybody assumed shit was going to go down with certain characters, but then there's some that happened, and you're not really going to really feel bad about it. But then the ones that do, you're going to cry. And it's going to be a very good, necessary cry.
I think personally, I was expecting certain things to happen. And I was right, but for the majority of things I was expecting to happen, they didn't occur the way that I had thought. I enjoyed the way that everyone was utilized. They still carried that over from the previous movie, where characters from different series or different movies were brought into this, and who they are in those movies weren't jeopardized for this movie. Everybody was still the way that they were in their previous films, just all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when it came to like all the characters and everything, like in this movie, like alright, Infinity War is already a year old, so there's no spoilers for that anymore. Like a lot of people die.
No.
Really? A lot of people die in that movie, and like now you have a smaller cast and it's more focused on these characters, and then like you can build on the characters more than anything, and like yeah, like there's parts that would cry, that a person would cry about, and if you didn't, you're soulless. Like the one person that tried to steal the Kage's seat. Oh, I'm so pissed off that, man. But then there's like parts that are like, if you read if you read comics like back in the day or even today, there's moments that like you'll see it and then you'll be like, I remember that from the comics.
I think overall between the two films, action-wise, I believe that it was the first Avengers that did it the best, simply because we were expecting so much more out of it, and kind of similar to what the Raikage was saying about how we knew that it was the end, so we were anticipating the end. However, it's because of that hype and that build up and the things that we didn't expect, like Thor's new weapon and his new look, and the seeing all these heroes standing side by side. Not saying that it wasn't compelling in the second Avengers film. However, you felt it a lot more. Simply, it kind of overshadowed the action, simply because there was more drama, there was more heartfelt moments, and those heartfelt moments seemed more appropriate, especially near the end. So the action didn't seem to matter as much, and that seemed okay. But it kind of let you down in the sense that you were kind of expecting more, and something that's built, purposely on action and fighting alone. However, it is also suiting for the characters themselves, so it is also befitting of showing how there will be a next generation of Avengers and what to expect from that.
Shit, we're like 6 minutes in, and I really want to talk about like things that actually happen. Like, I really don't mind getting.
All right, well,
Yeah.
before we get into spoilers, let's just cover the fact that the Russo brothers did a real good job with the whole
Pretty good.
representation bullshit. Like, we had the black characters, we had the all-female characters,
We had the fat.
we had a plus-size model that was very well represented, looked fabulous, and you could even say it was kind of a GBLT representation too, because he looked kind of.
Okay, I think we can like.
I think Andy got double hammered.
No,
So.
all right. You know what? Let's. I think this is a perfect segue into spoilers. So,
Wait, they had
Tony
the
dies.
No, wait.
They had the ass of America beat one of the flag.
we already fucked up. No. We didn't even get to. We didn't even get to warn people. You're a dick.
All right, my bad.
He already said
my
what
bad.
happened.
Okay, my bad.
Spoilers.
Use the
Spoilers alert. Get the fuck out. No, get the fuck out if you're not ready.
Fast forward to some place.
I'm gonna let people know there's spoilers in the.
You just added off the 5. Well,
You
all
said
right,
his
we'll bleep
name
that out.
down, nigga.
We'll bleep that out.
I'm going to
We will
bleep that
bleep
out.
him out. Yes.
Please
I
take
said
out the part where he said,
But you still want to? Were you gonna actually add anything serious about the Russo brothers, or were you gonna talk about?
He was gonna talk shit.
I was serious. No,
No,
for
the
real,
fuck you weren't.
All right, we had all the females come out. Nobody seemed like a minor character. And then, like, come on. All right, first of all, where the fuck were all those magic users in Doctor Strange's movie?
They're there.
Weren't they getting busted?
Exactly.
They were getting.
Exactly.
getting
Didn't,
busted by a
didn't
different
the
army.
whole school get like fucked up?
yeah.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
then.
like there's
So
survivors.
what? So you telling me Wong was just recruiting online like the Taliban?
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
All right. I want.
Mr. Kage.
All right. So, fuck. I say we should start off talking about the cameos because there's a lot of cameos of characters that were in previous movies that haven't been seen in a long, long while.
Such as.
Like the main villain of Captain America, the Winter Soldier,
I knew you were gonna go with that. bullshit.
director. Was it Pierce? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about the Red Skull. I was gonna say.
No,
the
Red
last
Skull. We
movie.
saw him last movie.
Yeah. Oh.
No, but I mean, like this one had more of those kind of cameos. Like
Yeah, we had Pierce, we had Crossbones, and his gang.
Yeah.
And then Captain America did his thing from that comic book arc where it turned out he was with Hydra the whole time. So that was a good, wave back to the comics.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was a
that
slick
was
ass reference.
great.
That was great. Immediately
I
he
loved
says Hell
it.
Hydra, and they automatically believe it.
Oh, okay. Continue, sorry.
I was really expecting them to do the whole fight scene over, which I was ready for.
I was
I'm
looking
fine
forward to
with
it, but
that.
they
The Hell
killed it
Hydra
with that
thing?
one line.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one line killed it for me. I was
We
like,
still
dude,
got
that
to
is
see a
boss.
badass fight scene afterwards.
Oh,
where
yeah.
he,
Oh,
where he beats himself.
And dude, I'm telling you, all right, they did a great job with the seriousness tone of the movie to like a comedic role on it. It was like, okay, crying, okay, sad giggling, then you're just laughing your ass off.
I mean, a lot of the scenes with Thor still managed to be funny and emotional. Like, I was still having a laugh when he was talking to his mother.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that,
yeah,
that
even
was
though that was
touching. That was
sad.
touching.
I was still having a laugh. She was
I
still busting
thought
his
he was
chops.
gonna talk to Loki on some
Oh.
real shit, but we still saw him. He was there. It was cool.
Loki had some lines. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all right, there's some spots that leave it open for like the next generation of movies, but I don't know, the touching thing with his mom, and then the whole deal with. All right, can we talk about how Rocket is like 3 feet tall and Natalie Portman is like at least 5? So he stabbed her in the butt. To get he
Yes,
with a
siphoned
dream.
he siphoned because he came up behind her.
He came out of a
behind her.
fucking pillow.
So
and
I'm just saying,
whipped out his little.
He
fucking
got
syringe.
he got the ether out of her butt. If that's not STD transference, I don't know what is.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. You're using big words for bad things.
Okay, wait. Can we talk about each individual character? Because since this is the end, I think it's important to talk about each character.
Oh, yeah.
Which ones you want to say for last?
I want to talk about Thor.
Let's-
Mainly. I want
No,
to.
no, no. Thor's like a main character. Let's talk about like a side character.
Yeah, let's
Let's let Hokage
Like who?
voice his character first.
Yeah. Let me see. The first character that I can think of is Valkyrie. Although she was in the most recent Thor movie, we got to see a lot of how she changed from one environment, from how she was in Asgard, and how she had to adapt in her new environment, and then how she changed in order to help Thor. And then just seeing her kind of in a docile role with like these people who were just, you know, now Asgardians who were the very few left, just farming and things of that nature. So now becoming the first Asgardian. Is she the first queen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
the
like,
first-
okay, full monarchy queen, like
Okay.
not just the side piece.
okay, yes. So that's what I mean. Like
I don't
the
know
full-
if I do side pieces, but
Well, okay, because like
I wanna
alright,
say,
most
like,
queens.
Okay, but you guys understand what it means.
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
she's
okay.
queen by power, not just title.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so now she's like this. So now she's essentially the queen now of all these people, and she did say she's not gonna do things differently. So, you know, that's, you know, could be something there in the future with her.
There's her, and then like, all right, there was her. I liked her thing because she was awesome in Ragnarok,
Yes.
and like considering she did go from like a drunk and didn't give a shit about anybody, anything, after what happened with Helena, and now she's like, she didn't even say no. She was just like, "Are you serious? Like this is going down?" So like I feel she's gonna take it seriously, and it's kind of like instead of going with Jane Foster as Thor, we're gonna go with Valkyrie as like kind of that piece. And I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it, right? Like, and then like, well, that was yours. Mine, which I liked, was Sam Wilson.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't think they were gonna go that way. Just considering Bucky had a lot of hype since Winter Soldier, and then
Yeah.
when he got his arm blown off.
Yeah.
So,
I want to talk about that later.
My thing is just like, all right, they did pass him over for Cap, but I think like Sam Wilson, considering that he's not, all right, Bucky is like basically a super soldier without the serum. But then Sam Wilson has already shown that, he's got this massive intellect. So now this is Captain America, but with like a massive intellect. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm thinking that'll work out for his, like, in the better point for him.
I think
And-
it'll be.
yeah.
I think it'll be interesting. I'm not super heavy with anything Captain America and comic wise, but I have heard complaints about how Sam Wilson as a character is handled. Like it doesn't ever seem like there's an in between. Like he's either not handled properly or he's handled improperly. So to see how he's going to be handled on the big screen, taking up the mantle, is going to be interesting. I don't doubt they'll do a good job.
Yeah, but can you say, like, has any character been mishandled in the cinematic universe that you feel could have been handled better?
I'm talking about like how he's handled
Well, Hulk.
comic book wise versus how they're gonna handle him in the movies. Because you just asked me that question, and as much as I enjoy Thanos in the comics, who he is in the movies is
completely
very
different.
very interesting. We traded a kind of bit of a schlocky character or whatnot. I mean, fucking Thanos copter.
Mhm.
That's a comic thing.
That was
Like,
an interesting weapon to give him.
He's not gonna have that in the movies or whatnot.
But
He's got
technically, he
that.
has it with the sword.
It does.
He could do that.
He
and I
threw
wasn't
it and
opposed
did
to
a
seeing
fucking
that, but
helicopter.
Okay,
It
my
has a
thing
fucking
was,
sound
how
effect.
did he spin it? Because it was a fixed thing. It didn't
Oh,
look
dude.
like there was any.
He's
Was he
strong.
twisting his wrist?
Dude, he pulled some General Grievous shit. He was just like fucking.
I swear, could you
Twisting.
imagine him just? I don't know. I didn't say it because it sounded weird. But yeah, no. That was a weird
He did
weapon
a
for
beam
him.
off motion.
But he really, all right. But he did pull out all the stops in that fight, though. Like,
Yeah.
it was just crazy. And then he was handing out like full on
Ass whooping.
hooks to the face, man. Like Cap looked like shit. Thor looked like his mom beat his ass for the first time. It was wild, man. That shit took me back to my childhood. I was like, damn, don't get the extension cord.
Johnny Test crack. Before I talk about the two characters that I was most interested in this movie, I do want to point out the whole Valkyrie and Thor passing of the torch. I really liked it because they not only did it call back to what Thor's mother was telling him and his scene with her, but it's also sending another good message about being who you are versus what people want you to be or what people expect you to be. Thor knows that in the confines of the movies, he's not fit for the role of king.
Yep.
So instead of forcing himself to do something that he can't do, he gives it off to somebody who's fucking born for the role, who's ready for the role. Doesn't mean he won't be able to do it later on, but it still sends a good message about doing what's best for you versus what everybody expects for you.
Yeah, because that's where Thor was. He was in a spot where he wanted to do him. And Valkyrie, even before she had that fall, when all the Valkyries got killed, she was all about, Asgard and its people and all that. So she does have, like, their best interests at heart. And it's always going to be first before her needs. So I think she's perfect for it.
When it comes to me, if it's anything Guardians or anything Ant-Man, that's where my focus on is in. So seeing Nebula, right, Kage, boy.
The whole movie, every time the fucking past version Nebula popped out, all I heard was next to me, that bitch.
You talking about
This
Star-Lord?
bitch. No, whenever fucking Nebula, the past Nebula popped out, I'd be hearing fucking Ryan Kage saying,
I
that
said
bitch.
it, and I meant that shit.
She is a big of a bitch. It's part of,
Right,
it's
wait.
part of her character, but
but
seeing,
her character development was up there, I guess.
I mean,
I
it's,
mean, in the long run,
The future.
She pancaked the shit out of it. She was like, "Oh no, my sister died. I'm all down for her baby daddy now."
oh my god.
that's not at all how
That
that
is not what happened at all.
You're
That's
doing
exactly
a super
what
bridge, but I like the fact that Nebula had the opportunity to do what Gamora has been trying to do for her since she was a child, and given the opportunity, now that she's grown with Gamora, grown with the Guardians, she made sure to bring her sister back or whatnot, even though it's not necessarily her sister.
She pulled a
She
Rick
made
and
sure.
Morty, dog.
She did pull a Rick and
pull a Rick and
Morty.
Morty.
She did,
She just
exactly.
didn't make her bury Gamora. Who knows? Maybe Guardians.
Guardians 3. Guardians 3. We're burying the fucking body.
Come on,
We go back to Boromir.
Quinn is gonna, Star-Lord's gonna be like, ooh, she'll be like, what's wrong? When they doing it, he's gonna be like, well, you're younger than when I met you, so.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This is what we're doing.
Okay, wait. I have a comment talking about earlier, just because since fuck you, nigga. But just to the comments about how Thor was handled in the movie because he was gonna be in the Guardians of the Galaxy essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, he's I feel like he's handled in the movie kind of comedically. We can all agree. He
Yeah.
wasn't really like the more serious character, although he had serious moments. It kind of seemed like he was like very like I said, comedic, kind of like a guardian. So it kind of seemed like it was building him up for that. And it was kind of I'm kind of wondering how they're gonna handle him in the future after everything goes down.
Whatchamacallit, I think that's something that I like too about the Guardians. It's always like a revolving door of different characters, so it's never necessarily feels out of place for someone to hop in there, considering there's a talking raccoon and a tree who's going through puberty. So anybody being part of the Guardians isn't really all too surprising.
That
Rocket,
tree helped chop that motherfucker's head off.
Oh,
yeah, he did.
That's
Not
a real one.
not at all what I was gonna bring up, but man, seeing Mjolnir and Stormbreaker together for me got me really excited because I love the fuck out of Beta Bill Ray.
Oh,
So now that I'm
hell
seeing
yeah.
it with Mjolnir, I was like, oh, so we're still gonna get Beta Bill Ray? We're still gonna get Beta Bill Ray?
Captain
Rocket,
America beat the shit out of Thanos.
yeah,
Yo,
he did.
okay, can we talk about that?
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
before we
I
talk
still
about
got
that,
two more
though,
characters to touch
And we still
on.
got to go around and talk about
Rocket.
our characters.
Sure.
Rocket didn't have as many emotional moments as he usually would, and I'm fine with that because Guardians from 1 has been pushing him to have character development.
Okay, wait. What would you consider his
Two,
moments?
I mean, the best emotional moment for him was getting Groot back, especially when Thanos called for the rockets or the missiles to come down on Earth. He was ready, even though he's like fucking 4 foot. He was ready to hop on top of Groot to make sure that he didn't get damaged.
Right. I know
He was
some.
ready to give up his
Yeah.
life so that he wouldn't have to lose Groot again.
Okay.
I mean, we've had more moments with Rocket as a character in other movies, and that's fine. I guess there's still him talking about the loss of his family, which is important because literally Guardians 2 ends with him realizing how important family is for him, realizing that he could go through Yondu's maturity without having to take as long as Yondu did.
Oh yeah.
So for that to happen and then for him to lose all of his family in the next movie, it's pretty big. We still have some funny moments, like Natalie Portman stabbing. That's just funny as fuck. Scott Lang, I think with the opening of the movie and then segueing into that was great. It did set a really good tone. The beginning of the movie set a fantastic tone for just how dark things were gonna get, but still how funny things were gonna be as well. I just personally relate to Scott Lang as being somebody in that type of household situation where they had two parents that weren't together or whatnot, and one trying harder than the other to be present. So that's why I vibe with Scott Lang more. So seeing him not have his family, seeing him fucking come out of being trapped somewhere for 5 years and coming to having nobody, got me emotionally gripped. I wanted Ant-Man to have more moments. I wanted him to still get his chops busted like he does for being Ant-Man, but I wanted him to prove to everybody that, hey, y'all can take me seriously. And him helping Hulk with the building was that moment.
Okay.
Specifically with Hulk, because Hulk was busting his chops. Little man, if I remember correctly, was exactly what he called him.
Sure.
And the little man was the only reason he didn't get crushed by some buildings.
Dude, he was getting a lot of heat in that movie, and you got to think about it. He was the whole reason everybody came back. And when at the end of the movie, when he was with his daughter and his ex-wife, where was the stepdad at?
That was Hope.
Oh, what?
That was Hope.
That was Hope? Okay, never mind.
That was.
'Cause I was thinking Scott Lang, and I was thinking Scott Lang and the Hulk had something worked out where he was like, "Hey man, bring everybody back, but my ex-wife and her husband, just cut it,
Nah,
just
man.
cut it, bro."
Wasp
He
is
wouldn't
too,
do that.
Man, Wasp is an
He wouldn't do
upgrade.
that.
Oh,
Not that
yes, he
not
would.
that his wife ain't good.
I'm gonna say for
Yes, he
me,
would.
out of all of the chicks in the MCU, Wasp is hot.
We can talk about that
True.
later.
Yeah,
Wasp is hot.
we'll talk about
We'll
that.
talk about that later.
So, Kage, talk about the character that gripped you the most.
Well,
I
like,
didn't mean for it to come out that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
You gotta say no Boku, no homo.
No,
Wait.
fuck you.
We're not doing that.
We're not
This
doing that.
podcast.
Oh, okay. So, well, Thor's been like one of my favorite characters since I would say Avengers: Age of Ultron, because like he was kind of fun. He had like funny moments in that movie. He wasn't a great character in that movie. It wasn't until Ragnarok where he became a really great character. But like Age of Ultron kind of showed that character could be comedic, and he wasn't being as serious. Like, but he was still serious in that movie. Ragnarok, he became more comedic. He was more of a likable character. Infinity War comes around, he becomes really like angry during the whole movie, especially with Thanos killing.
Y'all can't see the disapproval
of fucking
of
the whole
Hokage
Kage
in the background.
nodding no to every fucking thing, and then he nods yes, but opinions, asshole. But yeah, it's like he's like in Infinity War, like he loses Loki, he loses half of his people, then half again of his people. Thanos snapped half of all life, so half of Asgardians win again. So it's like we divide Asgardians, so 25% left. And he killed him because he killed half of the survivors on the ship. So
Yeah, and it's worse off because he has to deal with the fact that he was literally one of those like 3 people that was closest to killing Thanos.
yeah,
I actually hated fucking Thor until I saw Ragnarok. Until I saw
That's actually
Ragnarok,
fair
I
as well.
didn't even respect him because they either made him the meathead who was like fighting, or they either made him like this comedic character who was too mighty for everyone. And then to break him and to put him to survivor's guilt and then PTSD and have him breaking down as this like strong character, and now someone who's, as we saw in the movie, who looks like a fucking Big Lebowski in real life.
fuck, I was gonna say that shit.
And dude, his fucking but despite his fucking gut, his beard being braided when he was in that Norse kind of
I
like.
like how you took my whole fucking analysis. from
Man,
me.
fuck you! I can talk about the.
No, you took like the whole analysis, every single thing I was gonna bring up.
What's an analysis? Okay, he had his beard braided. The fuck?
No, like I was gonna talk about everything, especially the fucking.
Hey,
Great
this just
Lebowski
alright.
shit.
Mizukage's stand on this is that
You don't speak.
Thor
for him.
had.
You don't speak for nobody. No,
He
fuck
said-
you. You're especially.
Mizukage said-
No, Mizukage doesn't say no.
Mizukage told
Shut
me
your
in
Kage
confidence.
ass.
He
I did
told
not
me
tell
in
you
confidence.
shit. Confidence.
Alright,
You are not sitting
can I
next
talk?
to each other.
Can I talk?
And no,
Can I
no,
talk?
you cannot.
Can I talk?
You cannot. No.
Alright,
No, you
Mizukage
cannot
said
talk. No, I
that
said
Thor
no.
had curves for days. Yeah.
You just want to say that because you're
We were
fat
in
ass
the
was
garden.
getting corny.
Hold on. Let's get this shit back on track now.
All right, but anyways. Yeah,
Oh, man.
I fucking hate y'all.
But get back to
Alright,
talking
so
about
like,
Thor.
Please.
like Thor goes like, we start the movie off with him being like pissed off because he failed at killing Thanos, and they killed the present timeline's Thanos. Stop making those faces! I swear to God,
Y'all let this motherfucker talk.
legit.
Okay.
Like he goes back to that, and like we have that time jump of 5 years, and like he's gained a lot of weight. He got a beer belly. Like we go in, Hulk and Rocket come to pick him up, and like they're like, yeah, we only see him once a month when he comes to like get his shipment, and it's like shitload of kegs. And then we go into like Thor's little hut, and like fucking Meek and Korg. Meek and Korg just Korg playing PS4 with some kids.
That's not what they were playing.
Korg
They're
was
playing the
getting.
PS4. No, it had the fucking light on it.
It was the PS4. What
It
are
had
you
the
talking
light
about?
on
You
the
don't
fucking
recognize the piece of shit.
I'm playing.
And you play a fucking PS4. There you go.
All right. Well, yeah. There was
But
that.
yeah, anyways,
Korg
like
was
I was
funny.
saying, yeah, Korg was playing his out.
Hey, Korg
I
was
like
getting
how Thor
bullied.
turned from a 1,000-year-old warrior to a 14-year-old kid.
Oh, I swear
Hey,
to God.
did you notice that the reason Thor jumped on the headset was because Korg was getting bullied?
Yeah.
That was the whole reason.
I
for
didn't
that.
notice
And
that.
like he fucking passes it back to Korg, and Korg's like, thank you.
Yeah, Korg was like, oh, that kid's back in the game again. And Thor just went on, threatened the shit out of this kid. The kid started crying. He's like, go tell your dad. And then he's like, here, Korg, you can play happily now. And he's like, thank you.
I did not pick up on
I
that.
picked up on that.
I thought he meant like, oh, Thor, that kid's on here. Jump on here and whoop his ass, right? Thor's just like, hey, get off this game right now, or I'm gonna come down there to the basement you're living in and fuck you up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like
That's almost verbatim what he said.
yeah, it really was. It really was. But yeah, like Thor comes up. He's like, he's fat now. He has a beer belly.
He's beautiful.
He's like, well, we'll go back on that little fucking Kirby. Well, yeah, like he comes back from it, and like he's like feeling terrible about himself, so he's like drowning himself with alcohol and all that. And like he comes back from that, goes and like doesn't want to do anything with the Avengers. He really doesn't give a shit. The only reason he's there is because Rocket said there was beer. And like,
That
that's
actually is
literally
the only
that's literally. What
I believe there was beer on that ship.
I
Like,
do
I
too.
do.
I don't think he would have
Let's get it
stayed
closer.
if there was no beer.
Dude, he even traveled through time in the quantum realm with a beer.
Dude, he was drunk the entire
He
time.
didn't?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
When they got to Asgard, he still had a beer.
Whoa.
Oh no, he did have a beer when he was on the outside when they took their suits off.
Yeah.
Yeah, in his hand.
I didn't even pick up on that
Bro.
shit.
Yeah, and like he was still drinking. Like even when they got to Asgard, when they're like, "All right, Rocket's like, I'm gonna need you to go, do your shit with Natalie Portman, so we can get the ether and get the fuck out of here." And he was like, "You know what? I want to go get some of my dad's shit because I want to get even more drunk because I still don't feel good about what happened like 5 years ago." And then he's like has this thing with his mom where he talks to her, like she tells him like he has to like at least do it for him, like at least do it, all that stuff, which. I'm still kind of pissed that he was able to like bring, well not pissed but like it was a what the fuck
Oh,
moment
the
where he bought his original hammer, like just summoned it and it came to him.
But it
And he
goes
was like,
back.
I'm still.
It goes
it wasn't.
back.
Yeah, it goes back. Yeah, but it doesn't
Oh,
go
shit.
back with Thor. It goes back with fucking.
I didn't even think about that.
Well, we'll talk about that
Yeah.
later.
You know what? I gotta bring up, since you're talking about Thor's development. I gotta bring up. Isn't it fucking super interesting, or isn't it a nice callback that the Hulk was telling Thor that he helped him out in his situation, right?
Yeah.
When that's literally what happened in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
You get that scene with Hulk having a whole. I don't want to call it a temper tantrum because it was something serious. He was having an emotional breakdown seeing Black Widow pop up.
Yeah.
And shit.
Yeah.
Wait, is it? It's interesting to me. So, the Hulk that we saw in Ragnarok was, like the actual angry Hulk that we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that Professor Hulk now has the memories and subconscious of that angry Hulk now.
Well, they're both awake at the same time,
They're both present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They
just
learn to
one's in the back
coexist.
seat and the other one's driving.
I'm still kind of upset that motherfucker didn't do shit really throughout the whole movie.
Throughout-
All he did was the initial snap, and then after that, he was just on the side.
He really didn't fight nobody. Did he ever fight Thanos?
Yeah.
He didn't fight nobody.
No,
He
because
didn't
he was
fight
the,
Thanos, though,
he
right?
was the
No.
one that they needed to hold on to it because they didn't think anybody would be able to take the brunt
power.
of it.
Yeah.
I don't know
No, but I
about
mean,
y'all.
like-
He was
but
kind
I
of
mean,
right.
like after he did the snap and everything, he didn't fight nobody, did he?
No,
His
because
arm was
arm was-
fucked up.
His arm
Okay,
was
so
fucked up,
what?
but he was
Limp
still,
arm
he was
doesn't
still
stop
fighting.
me.
He was still fighting.
Whew.
was he?
Yeah, he still jumped into the fight and like was fighting,
Yeah, but
but he
we
wasn't
didn't see a
fighting any like main.
Yeah, we didn't
like,
see it.
baddies.
I thought he was gonna finally, whoop either hand Thanos an ass whooping or fight damn, what's his name?
I was really
Obsidian.
hoping for an ass whooping.
Cold City.
Cole Obsidian. I thought he was gonna I thought he was gonna kill him.
He thought he was gonna redeem himself.
Yeah, like old girl did. Black Panther's personal guard. She just stabbed the
Okoye?
shit out of the other guy,
That shit was great.
and she flipped him.
Oh yeah,
And they did Girl Squad again. Oh
they
my
did
God.
Girl Squad Gun Bills bigger.
It was
Oh
great.
my
All the
God.
characters.
I don't know about y'all, but I was really ready to do Sailor Moon and talk about girl power. Like my
Hey, I'm down. That's episode 6, everybody.
Oh okay.
Sailor Moon. I love.
Oh hell yeah, dude. I didn't
Alright.
really vibe with that Mario thing though.
All right.
Let's
well,
just get back.
No,
to
yeah, let's get back.
I
to
know
it.
exactly what you're
All right,
talking
I want.
about.
Yeah, I do too. I've seen it. So like, all right, going back to Thor and like, all right, so like, after all said and done, like, fucking a new Thanos pops up from the fucking past, and he's just like, we all know it's a trap, and they're like, yeah. And he's like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna go with it. Calls fucking Mjolnir and Stormbreaker at the same time, and
I
still
feel
fat.
stupid because I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that either. I thought they were just gonna drop Mjolnir after that one scene. I was gonna be like, oh, okay, well we're not gonna use
No,
it
dude,
again.
they're memorable, man.
Yeah, and then like he brings them both, gets his armor again, does not lose the gut. Which originally I was thinking, I was like, is he gonna like summon lightning and then he's gonna be fit again?
Dude,
That'd
if
be a
getting
cop-out.
ripped is
But
a
then-
commitment, being fat is a super commitment.
But let me finish. Like he comes back and he's in the armor, but he's fat. But for some fucking reason,
He's big.
he looks badass. That's like fat armored Thor. He
What's
has
his
his
face
braided
talking about,
beard.
like-
He has the fucking man bun, and he has like both hair. And he just looks big, and he looks like he's gonna fuck somebody up. He looks like when we're on the card over here.
Sounds like you're trying to describe the game.
Hokage, bitch. Hokage was talking about how he looked more Norse-like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about how he looks more Norse-like.
Yeah, he looked more Norse-like, and like he had like a good moment at the end, like we were talking about with him and Valkyrie, and then him going out with Guardians, and then his exchange with Star-Lord.
That's so. I love the fact that he's fag as shit.
And
the
still talking shit.
The main argument they
Just
had
like the
was that,
Kage.
well, Thor's more fit than you, Star-Lord, so maybe he should be the leader. And
But he's
5
Yeah.
years go by.
5 years. But yeah, like
Right, Kage.
oh yeah.
Tell us about the character that you were invested in. Speak.
Shit, I was most invested in I ain't gonna be basic. Let's go with Ronan.
Nah, you basic as hell.
No one's touched on Ronan.
No one's
That's
Nobody
important.
should touch on Ronan. He's a married man.
So was fucking Iron Man, but your little dick ass is on him.
Okay,
Whoa.
Iron Man can have all the bitches he want, all right? You're the one with a
Did you
personal
just call
saddle
yourself a
every time.
bitch?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't approve of that.
So we're gonna get back to the fact
Everybody's
that I was talking.
represented in this group.
Okay, Ronan.
I always like to see what characters do if they absolutely have nothing, and normally it's about like they go and try to reclaim it through some type of destructive means. Like let's talk about even though it's not in the same universe, Daredevil. He loses everything and he goes on basically a fuck up spree. So he's fucking somebody up or he's getting fucked up. Ronan just decided to go fuck people up, and I appreciate that, but and also the fact that we got Ronan as a character now anyway.
Yeah.
But I felt that they gave him this spot because he really didn't have that big of an importance in the other movies. Like all he was basically a tool for the first Avengers film when they
Yeah.
turned into a slave, a slave
A
basically.
white
Yeah.
slave.
Oh, white.
Oh Lord.
Oh, we're hitting on that
Lordy,
stuff
Lordy.
now.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking
And
about
then
Spaniards
we-
today.
I need some sage.
And then he just basically becomes his badass, which we really didn't know that he was all about.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Like, the dude's an assassin.
I like that. And I like something that you just mentioned, or when you were talking about when people lose things, they go on like 2 of 1 pass, and they had that, you know, not to the same degree, but Steve Rogers.
right? But everybody has.
He
like,
was-
They realized they went to one of 2 ways: either you accept the shit, or you go out and you try to fight it in your own personal way.
Yeah, and these guys were having more positive ways of dealing with their loss in terms of like society, how society would deem it, because society as a whole, or we're gonna be like, oh yeah, go ahead, kill these bad guys or whatnot. That's okay. That's a positive way to deal with your emotions or whatnot. But I like that Ronan went on it, because that's still a point that would be present in a situation like that.
And I
there
honestly-
would be people who are upset at the fact that they lost their family, and fucking gangsters is still alive. We still got cartel running around.
Yeah.
We still got these motherfuckers running around.
And I appreciate all that, but I'm also thinking about the fact that like he felt like that, and I also double the fact. I also would like to think that he also gained that mentality because he didn't do anything. Like he didn't go help them. He basically retired and let this. He possibly believes that he let this happen. So that's his way of getting karmic retribution by like, okay, I'll kind of let this happen. So let me go see what I can do and try to fix it.
I did not think about that.
I don't know. I think it was kind of a disservice to Black Widow, kind of using her as kind of the stepping stone for things of the greater to be placed in the whole series of it all. I felt like she was an Avenger down to the very end, even when there were no Avengers. Up to the point where it wasn't just her controlling the Avengers on Earth. It was also the Avengers on space at that point, and she was becoming a leader. And for her to go from a leader from the beginning of what we saw her in Iron Man, and how she was always loyal to the duty, and how it was eventually over your family, as she grew to love, as she states in the movie, over her, I guess, like I said, like her duties. So I guess that's what I really find most kind of like a disservice to her, because she was such a built-up character. To have a character just who was on the sideline like Ronan simply have this redemption arc, and hopefully he does something with it, because if not, I feel as if that was a disservice to her, especially with someone who could and did show us the potential to become something greater in the Avengers, someone who could lead people internationally. Think of a John Jones in the Justice League, something like that. I mean, something, but that's just me.
I understand what you're saying. I was still satisfied with how Black Widow was represented or whatnot. I enjoyed the fact that she was being like a senator or a leader for these people, assistance for these people, getting their things taken care of. I like certain aspects. I like again these callbacks or whatnot. Her talking to Bruce about him being able to maintain that form when she had almost gotten herself killed in the first Avengers with Bruce.
Sure.
So that must have been something very interesting for her to see how he is or whatnot now. Man, I'm drawing a blank. I literally forgot what the fuck I was gonna say about her in particular.
I'm just gonna say she was necessary.
That was a necessary sacrifice to do and be able to get that Soul
Yeah.
Stone.
And then like we already knew someone's gonna have to die for it. And like the minute when they were just like
I forgot that it was love based. or like you have to give up what you love. And I literally thought that they were just gonna shoot Red Skull in the skull and throw him down. The
I thought they were gonna kill him.
I thought they were gonna like push him down and then be like, I knew that whole thing was just bullshit.
I didn't think that they were really gonna sacrifice somebody. I thought that they were gonna find some way around it, but they didn't.
No,
Right.
I already.
Wait,
knew-
I'm
That's what I was-
confused though. They said this is where the Soul Stone. Remember, in their little monologue, they said this is where the stones souls like this is where the stones were in this time log.
Mhm.
So, how did that Soul Stone get there to begin with?
Wasn't it always there?
It was always
Yeah, it was
there.
always there.
It was never.
The Red
Nobody was
Skull-
ever able to claim it.
The Red Skull just got transported there via the Tesseract, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got transported
After
there.
the first event, not first adventure. Well,
So
Captain
essentially, the time that essentially the time that essentially the time where the Red Skull is signed there is when they go to the place where the Soul Stone is.
I think it could just be like written off as them not knowing that it was always there, and this is the only time that they know about it,
Okay.
and they just assume that it's Red Skull. Well, they didn't know that it was Red Skull's guardian. At least I don't.
They
think
just knew that it was on the planet.
Yeah, at that time period, they didn't know that it was there previously. Like it's always been there. They just didn't always have Red Skull guardian, which
Yeah.
makes me wonder, what's the process of selecting who comes over? Like, do you have to be a maniacal Nazi in order to to be chosen to guard the Soul Stone?
Like,
I did. Well, like
No,
they
the
explained
the
it in the
callback
last
was
movie.
weird. I'm like,
They
why are
really
you
didn't.
here?
I like that.
Well,
he
they
was there.
they
I
explained.
mean,
it
I
in the last-
did, but it's like, why?
They explained it in Infinity War when, because when he's talking to Thanos, he tells him that the stone kind of the Space Stone kind of chose him to protect the Soul Stone
Because
when
he's
he
a
was
Nazi?
transferred. Well, not because he's a Nazi. Well, because like,
Because there's nothing important for him to give up.
That nigga
well,
believes
yeah,
his
you know,
ideas.
because he's not worthy of like wielding an Infinity Stone, so he's gonna be tortured by having to like guide someone.
That
to-
was a cosmic
Man.
sort of punishment.
Yeah, because like you're not worthy
Do
enough to
Americans
wield us.
hate Nazis
so-
or no?
Oh, well, of course, no shit. But like, he's just like, the stones are like, they don't want you to have us, and so we're gonna send you, and you're always gonna have to be telling people that this is how you get the stones. But if you're not willing to do that, you'll never have it, and he will never have that because he's never loved anything.
He loved the Nazi thing.
He did not.
He did love that shit. Like,
He
he ain't
did
about
love
that
it.
life.
Well,
anymore.
like,
he got a
comic-
9 to
but
5.
like, in the comics, he really didn't give a shit about the Nazi part. All his thing was Hydra, and that's all it was. Because like he himself did not like Hitler. He would have rather killed Hitler and took his place. He was the person that wanted to rule the world. He's not a person that wants to help someone get
He
to that
wants to be in
point
charge.
and leave them in charge. No, he wants to be in charge.
Would you say that he's in a tentacle porn because they didn't all Hydra thing?
Oh hell yeah!
Why?
Why
How do we get here?
Yeah.
I think we're good in terms of talking about characters or whatnot. I don't know if
Wait,
you guys
Kazekage never got to talk about it.
He
Person-
talked-
even though we know it's fucking.
I
talked
really
about
did.
Sam
It
Wilson.
wasn't. Yeah. Well, I had two motherfuckers.
I apologize.
I hope so.
Don't take me off of payroll.
All right, you're getting off payroll. Fuck it. All right, no,
Oh.
bro. All right. My thing was, all right, fuck you guys, but all right. Pepper Potts came out on top at the end of the movie.
Yes.
With-
I didn't
Like-
expect that.
I swear, like I've been looking for her to be Rescue for a minute, just because Rescue was a dope armor, and it's a dope character. Like, she even came out in her comic arc with Infamous Iron Man, fighting Doom and shit. And I was like, you know what? That did kind of set it up for the movie too, because at that point, Iron Man had died in Civil War Part 2. So,
Spoilers.
well, yeah.
I'm just
yeah,
fucking with
spoilers,
you.
guys, spoilers, guys. So then
Oh, he goes
Infamous
in that
Iron Man
coma,
got
doesn't
his
die.
arc, and then Pepper Potts just kind of came out. We were just like, oh, so Ironheart didn't take his mantle. It was Doctor Doom, and then you realize that Pepper Potts is kind of doing her own thing. And when she came out as Rescue, she was very proficient with her armor. It was dope. It was kind of like called for after Iron Man 3, when she like slipped the
Yeah.
arm on and like blasted the shit out of Buddy.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, Rescue was a good turnover, and then it was like, Pepper Potts was at the point where she was like, I'm not gonna argue with you about what you're doing, Tony. You do you, but
You
I'm
can
always
cheat
gonna
on
have
me.
your back. Well, I
don't think she said all
It
that.
should be expected, but she didn't say all that. So yeah, so she just kind of jumped in, and it's just like all right, so I'm not gonna be able to stop you, blah blah. So I'm gonna have your back, and she really did. She came out, and she represented. So now you're left with Rescue and War Machine.
Talking about that, going off on a tangent, we're in the car and we were talking about how Disney just got Fox and they got all the characters and they can use them. They can start using them.
We're talking
like
about the
now.
villain thing.
Yeah, and we were talking about characters we would like to see.
You know,
And I forgot-
Mandarin's still around.
Yeah,
Mandarin's still around.
Mandarin's still around. There's still a real Mandarin. But
Wait.
I forgot who said it in the car. It was either Raikage or Hokage where they wanted to see Doctor Doom come out.
I was being okay.
And I was talking about, the idea popped in my head. And Kazekage already kind of in the comics it happened. And I wanted to be an Iron Man 4 but without Tony. And it would be the characters that have armors, that have Stark tech. An old, you could dub it with one of the old ass Iron Man
voices.
comic arcs, Armor Wars. And it could be Doctor Doom comes out of his country that's been isolated from the world, and that's how you can introduce him. He's never been talked about because he's been isolated. And he can come out and be like, I saw Iron Man, tries to act like a hero, but in reality he's a dictator, like he is in the comics. And, he's using Stark tech, and he has an armor, and he's trying to be the infamous Iron Man. And, bitch. And,
Boy, if you don't want to talk, speak up.
Wait,
For real,
you're
though.
saying he's a dictator with the armor?
He's a dictator in general.
It's dictator in general. I just mean
He's a dictator,
he's
but all
gonna
people
come out
love
to the world and
Alright.
try to act like a hero.
I was literally reading a Luke Cage comic, and there was robots
But yeah.
running away from his
Okay,
country.
okay, we've talked about it before, but Stockholm Syndrome is a real thing, people.
Alright.
Yeah, no
Anyways,
shit.
what I was talking about, we bring Doctor Doom in as the villain for that movie, and the characters that are gonna be fighting him would be War Machine, Pepper Potts as Rescue, and you can even drop in Spider-Man because he does have an Iron Man armor, and it is an Iron Man armor because it was designed by Tony Stark. All his suits were designed by Tony Stark, and he could be part of that movie and help in the fight of fighting Doom. And then you can introduce another brand new character, well, not brand new in the comics, Riri Williams, and we can
It's
bring in
Riri
Riri Williams, and we can bring her in as Ironheart.
I think you're the only one that I've heard actually be interested in Riri Williams.
Dude,
I'm not saying
Ironheart
it's
is
like a
legit.
bad thing because I think
Ironheart's a
if
good
they
character,
fucking-
but people just black.
Well, yeah, alright.
I'm gonna dub it. Backlash at her because she was an African American character taking up a role that was held by a white male.
Whoa, Iron Man's white?
Jesus.
I fucking hate you.
I don't know. Riri Williams is in her own right, a pivotal and powerful character because most characters are like, oh yeah, Iron Man helped me fix this and this and that, or he helped me, complete my project. Riri Williams made an Iron Man armor out of scratch, like nothing by herself. Iron Man obviously had to jump in there and help her out with perfecting it, but she made a functional suit of armor. Considering that AIM hasn't been able to do it, fucking aliens and shit, it's just I don't know, man.
I'm sorry,
I don't
it's
think-
just funny the fact that, like you're saying, all these motherfuckers is trying to do it, and some teenager does it.
Some
Well-
teenage girl that's an MIT student does it.
Okay,
Well,
so
And scientists
hold on, but this
who
is the
went
thing,
to college years.
This is the thing. The way that Iron Man kind of had left things is the way he kind of kept began things. He literally did say, I am an Iron Man, and then that's how everything started, and of course that is what he said. So I think if they do begin a new Iron Man, it'll be someone completely new. They did tease his daughter,
Morgan.
Morgan. They did tease Morgan accessing her helmet without
His knowing.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she is most likely a candidate. Although I do like the Riri Williams idea, it could be her as well. They could have two Iron. They could really surprise us to do two, which I would be surprised having two in the same universe.
Well, yeah, but
I'm not really opposed to anything, as of yet. Like I was saying, they grabbed Thanos and they turned him into this character. They can do something interesting with Riri. They can do something interesting with Sam.
Yeah.
They haven't
I
found-
say I would like to see Kang the Conqueror
King of Conquer.
get thrown into this universe and see what they do with him.
Oh, dude,
They
you know,
stick with just
after this movie, it would be a great introduction to King of Conquer because think about it, they were fucking
They were
with
just playing
time,
with time.
and
It's
he
a-
gets a note. He knows this shit, and now he's gonna be like, "You fucked with time," and now you guys have to suffer the consequences. Great, that would be the next. I hope King would be the next villain.
yo.
I'm more Galactus.
I just remembered with them showing us these different superheroes kids, we do have a segue into Young Avengers.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about that in the car, but I
They
never
got
got to.
Cassie and they got. Wait, what was his
Morgan.
Was his daughter's name?
Morgan.
Kate. No.
Oh, you're talking about
Wait.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah. Was it? Was
I
her
don't.
name
I don't
Kate?
think her name's not Kate.
Fuck.
Cassie.
Actually,
No, I'm talking
no.
about Hawkeye's
Hawkeye's daughter.
Oh yeah.
Actually, talking about Kate Bishop, Disney Plus, the Disney Plus service, that's Disney streaming service, they're having Marvel shows, and one of those
They're
shows
developing.
will be Hawkeye, and it's gonna take
Damn,
place
I don't even-
after Endgame, and it's gonna be him passing on the mantle of Hawkeye
Like
to
for real.
yes, it's for real,
Well, see,
passing the
Disney's been
mantle
bullshitting with a lot of
into okay, well, fuck you.
I don't, at this
We're
point,
not doing a
for
Disney Plus review.
Morgan doesn't have like a set, like, you know, history in comics. Considering that Morgan isn't even a girl in the comics; it's a boy, and he's not even Tony's son. He's Tony's cousin. He's the son of Edward Stark, Howard's brother. So like they took something from the comics, kind of messed with it a little bit, and threw it in her. So she doesn't have like a known history that you can be like, oh, she's gonna do this or she's gonna do that. So she has a lot of like
Yeah.
places she can go. And with Young Avengers, like, come on, man, they're busting out with like Cloak and Dagger for DC. Young Avengers would
DC
fuck that
Cloak and
show
Dagger
up.
is Marvel.
Marvel.
Cloak and
Fuck it,
Dagger.
whatever.
Wait,
whatever.
okay.
It's
Cloak
the
and
same.
Dagger is not Marvel.
Cloak and
Yeah,
Dagger is
yeah,
Marvel.
Cloak and Dagger is
Marvel.
DC.
Cloak and Dagger is
Marvel.
Marvel. They're Marvel characters. They've interacted with Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
They
Wait,
were
what?
in New Miles.
They were an event in Heroes Alliance, whatever that game was. Bitch,
Yeah.
man.
And they've
Cloak
and Dagger
is Marvel.
is Marvel.
Really?
They are
Oh,
Marvel characters.
motherfucker! I got them confused with.
Their main villain
I got
in that
them
fucking
confused with the
TV
niggas
show is
from fucking
is
DC.
fucking.
Who are you talking about, Hawk and Dove?
No, not Hawk and
Fucking-
Dove. I'm talking about. Because I thought I mixed up. I
I
mixed
think
You
I
know
was
what?
talking
I
about.
I'm
did
talking about the
think
dude
I
with
was
the,
wrong,
the dude
considering- yeah.
with the trumpet from Teen Titans.
Oh.
The-
I know you're talking
Because
about.
the this
It's basically the same thing.
The Wonder
yeah.
Twins?
No.
the dude who has who's able to create portals via his trumpet.
Trumpet.
I
That's
know
a
what you're
leap,
talking
but
about.
yeah, you know,
It's
I
a
feel
DC. It's an obscure
There's a DC character.
Oh wait, you read Titans when they were doing the when Wally came back, right?
Yeah.
Are we
Wally
talking about
East?
Oh,
Teen Titans?
oh, I know
No,
who you're
Titans.
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 When Wally came back,
Wally South.
The ori-
Yes.
Yeah.
remember Bumblebee was married to some guy who was a
Yeah, I know who you're talking
composer, a
about.
music composer.
Uh huh.
That nigga.
I thought that was Music Meister.
That no Music Meister.
I thought it was. Wait.
That nigga
No.
had the.
I have the
ability to, like,
comic
mess with
actually.
sound.
Let me give me a second.
Oh,
It's like
he's
fucking,
Going.
he's
going to.
I don't know.
I have it.
Well, all right, whatever. I think I got him confused with Black Lightning show because you know he has his 2 daughters coming out now.
Speaking of, they say they might cancel after season 3.
You know they're gonna cancel that
What,
shit.
Black Lightning?
Like, yeah, because they say they don't have enough to use.
They can kiss my ass.
Is
I
it
watch that
good?
show religiously.
Is it good? I haven't jumped.
Black
into it.
Lightning is
Yes.
amazing.
It's great.
It's like
Is it 'cause
super
he's
out
black?
there. This guy. But yeah, it was dope. It
Why
was
you gotta
dope.
do that? Why you gotta do that? You know you can't talk about stuff like that, Dexter.
Dexter.
But yeah, no, it was fine. And then I'm telling you, like the whole young aspect of it was
I
dope.
appreciate the fact that this man really went to his room
Oh,
to
dude.
grab the comic. This is some. This
Mizukage level shit.
This some great.
That is him. Yes.
Bro,
That-
I did
that's
not
him.
imagine somebody. I got him mixed
Shit,
up.
she doesn't say his superhero name.
Ah.
What
And
is
she
it?
sees him as a man, not a superhero.
It's because it's her husband. She like calls him.
It's
That's
Titans
Titans Volume 2 Made in Manhattan.
That's the.
I don't think
thing
that was made in
confused with
Manhattan.
Doctor.
He's not called Matt.
Cloak and Dagger. Jesus.
Dude, I'll tell you, Cloak and Dagger has. I've been watching it, and I'm now considering that when it starts up, it does have the Marvel logo. So I see where I fucked up on it.
I fucked up too.
I don't know. Cloak and Dagger was pretty good.
Wait, you said they interacted with Spider-Man?
They've interacted with
They-
Spider-Man multiple
They've
times.
interacted with it every.
They Cloak and Dagger came out in the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s. You know, the one with the badass
Right.
They're
No,
in that,
I'm talking about the most.
and they've also come out
They
in
met Miles
Ultimate
during the
Spider-Man.
enclosure.
Wow.
No,
I did
I'm
not-
talking
I
about
did
in
not
the
see that
most in the
episode.
TV show.
Yeah,
I did
Oh,
not see
TV
that
show.
episode.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shit, that and they were like Captain America's transportation during Civil War in the comics. Fuck.
Can
Yeah.
Can Spider-Man scream Shocker and home and Far From Home like he did in the, like he did in the TV show?
No.
Oh, they
Wait. Oh no, guys, we're off track.
We are off track like a motherfucker.
Oh, we went to fucking DC.
We're gonna talk about. You were gonna talk. One of you guys were gonna talk about Galactus. I know.
I brought it up, but that's
I
your
definitely
excuse.
would be down for Galactus because that would bring, even though I really don't want to see her no more, that would bring Captain Marvel back into the picture. For
I don't know.
Oh,
I
wait.
think Captain
Actually-
Marvel redeemed herself with the new outfit, the new haircut, and she did
Yes.
body some other.
She did buy someone.
her
but she was
personality
useless for the
outside of
first
the
Who
movie
did
half
she
of
buy?
the fight.
Who did she buy?
Thanos.
Okay, Brie
Remember
Larson.
he
is-
fucking
She
tried
fought
to
Thanos.
headbutt her.
She
She
fought
fucked him
Thanos.
up.
She fought Thanos for 3 seconds and destroyed his ship. That's all. She didn't kill that motherfucker.
So what?
She wasn't gonna
bodied
kill
him.
We know that she wasn't.
She
Gonna kill
literally
him.
took a full.
They
course.
bodied him in the first movie. In
She
Infinity
was
War,
in
and
the
that still didn't
cabin.
stop him from doing shit.
She was in the cabin and she didn't kill him. Thor killed him. She wasn't gonna kill
I
nobody.
still have other questions about her because
Okay,
a
like
motherfucker
what?
looking for all the goddamn Power Stones in the universe.
Okay.
Motherfuckers know that there's Power Stones in the universe. Why she wasn't on that nigga?
I don't think she wanted to racially profile him as a purple motherfucker.
He is the only purple
He
man
is a
I've
bum,
seen.
yeah.
And he looks like a raisin.
Wait,
would you
is-
want to give a man who looks like a raisin a hard
Dude, what?
time?
Oh, he looks like the. What's their
Also, it might be
fucking
easier
name?
to take
Raisin
care of the
Man?
little problems before you take care of the biggest ones.
Yeah, either way. But yeah,
I'm still confused on how
She
the
would-
fuck how they've never interacted, and he's a
Didn't
fucking
she-
warlord in space, and she said she went all around space.
Well, remember her
and never
first
interacted.
priority was giving those people a home, and then
Wait,
you
continuing
had
on
20
the-
years. You
Yeah.
had 20 years. 20 years.
I don't know how the fucking long it takes to do a rebellion across
She
the
had 20
fucking
years.
They had a
galaxy.
timeline. They had a
She
timeline.
had damn near 30 years to
I
take
could
care
have
of all
sworn
that.
she had mentioned something about Thanos.
And plus, Thanos
She did.
interacted with the
She
fucking
okay.
with the Kree. He's interacted with the Kree, and how
Yeah,
the
because
fuck
they
does
did
that?
that
So is
black
Ronan-
dude from
is
that
Ronan alive
from
still?
Captain Marvel that was a part of their team. I think he had like
Ronan-
swords,
Ronan-
didn't he?
Ronan and that
And
dude,
Ronan and him
Oh.
were looking for the
Power
Power
Stone.
Stone.
and they were in the Captain Marvel movie, but they're connected to Thanos. And how the fuck has she not
Exactly.
interacted with that, or like
So
even
with
fought
that,
his-
with that being said, going back to the idea,
Galactus.
it would definitely bring her back for the next Avengers movie because Galactus would be there and he'd be a very big intergalactic threat.
I would
Yeah.
love to see Silver Surfer in any aspect.
I don't know,
Especially if he
Galactus
has
and
a
Silver
solo
Surfer
movie.
are gonna be a whole nother 22 movies.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god.
Because you can't just bring Galactus in.
Yeah,
No, you gotta build
I mean,
up to it.
Galactus
Yeah.
probably could, be about a good 12 to 15 movies.
Yeah, dude. So
we
they
were
could
also
actually
talking
make a
about
bunch
the
of good
whole,
ones.
the whole Loki thing or whatnot. How he's still
Oh, yeah,
out there.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
got the Tesseract in the other timeline. You guys are talking about the
Well,
whole
I'm
fact
thinking
that
that may
Steve
be-
Rogers was in our timeline when he shouldn't have been.
Right.
yeah, that was a
But I
major
do
fucking
want to
plot
say,
hole.
remember Loki had made the Tesseract, like,
Disappear.
yeah, beforehand. He's like, that's a fake or something like that. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. But anyway, Galactus would definitely be a great addition now that we have Fox on our belt. And also the fact that we can potentially have the Fantastic Four and they actually be fucking good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not
They
holding out.
deserve-
I'm not holding out for
Well,
it.
Marvel's done a good job with the characters they've had.
Okay, guys.
Because if we think about it, we just lost. Spoiler, like motherfucker.
Tony, I think
We just
everybody
lost.
knows.
Right,
that
we just lost the main brain in fucking Marvel movies. So getting Reed Richards to replace him, I think that would be like a way to usher him in.
I
Yeah.
want an old Reed Richards, not that young bullshit.
Yeah, like, alright, so I was thinking about it like this, like, a way to introduce mutants and, superpowered individuals is through the snap. Like, you could say they snapped them, and because they were in the Soul Stone, or because they were dusted in their souls, that they would have, the power of the Infinity Stones would have been transferred onto these people's souls and started developing powers. Like, Reed Richards
That
could
could be
already...
interesting.
Reed Richards could already be old and be intelligent. He can already be one of the smartest people in the world. And with Tony Stark dead and gone, he is now the smartest person next to Bruce Banner. and he will
Isn't
be-
Reed Richards smarter than Tony Stark though?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's already a thing. That's
yeah,
been
but
established.
he hasn't been introduced in the.
But then there's that little black girl with the dinosaur that's smarter than Reed
Moon Girl?
Richards.
We're
Yeah.
not doing hey.
Yeah, we'll talk about her later because
She gets her own
she gets her own fucking episode because I have beef with that.
Oh,
But-
shit.
Always mad
Alright.
she has a T-Rex and he only has an Iron Man suit in his fridge.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, man. Ooh.
I fucking
Okay, you guys are gonna have to educate me on this later.
Yeah.
This is old girl with devil
Devil
dinosaur. Yes.
Deviled dinosaur.
Devil
Devil.
dinosaur.
Look, man,
Okay.
I love me ridiculous concepts.
Alright.
That's my shit.
And she was a
Oh,
super intelligent.
But yeah,
woman.
like I was saying, like we can bring in those characters, and Reed Richard could already be old. Like he could be not like a super old man, like fucking Steve Rogers,
Well,
that
like
selfish
40
prick.
in his 40s.
I would want to see them start from zero with them. I want to see.
Well, we
I
already
think
tried to
it'd
do
be
that,
weird.
and it came out very bad.
Yeah, because it wasn't the right people handling it. I'm saying they made Thanos a deep character or a deeper character than
Yeah,
he's
he
been
was.
in the comics or whatnot. Not that there isn't deep shit to him. I think it's fucked up the whole situation in the comics with him pursuing Death or whatnot, and Death basically taking advantage of him. It's not like he has no reason to be chasing her. She approached him and she's manipulated him mentally to do her bidding or whatnot. So
Death
that's
was
kinda
the
deep.
Harvey Weinstein of the Marvel universe.
Man.
Okay, one. She was like, "You want to be an important character to the universe? You gotta get in these guts with Thanos." And then she did the same thing with Deadpool.
Yeah, but she actually enjoyed, like... it
Yeah,
was
she
reciprocated.
enjoyed. So you saying Harvey Weinstein didn't enjoy what he did?
Oi.
Oh, we'll get back. We'll get into
Well,
that
Welcome to Kicking It with the Kage.
later.
But I think that they could do Fantastic Four right.
Oh,
I think they could do Fantastic Four right. Well, you guys have any suggestions for like street level characters that'll be popping up to like build up the things?
Everybody
We got
they
like
put-
Mysterio. We got Mysterio coming in or whatnot, and I highly doubt that he's gonna be a good guy. I
He
feel
is
like they're
not
gonna-
Everybody-
No, he's not. He
Everybody
always starts
that
off
they
by
made.
faking being a superhero.
Do you think he fakes his orgasms?
I think he does.
Yes.
With special effects. And he even lies to females. He's like, "You're a squirter." I'm pretty sure I'm not. He's like, "What's that? All that water on the wall?" And he's got like a water pistol in his hand.
Do you think he has workshops like on Kickin?
I think he does. I think he does.
I think y'all need help.
But all right, for a street
True.
level, we got Catherine Bishop, because she's gonna be. Obviously, he's already calling her hot at her.
I'm talking about like villains though.
Ah,
I'm
like
talking
that.
about street
Oh,
villains.
We still
street
got-
villains?
Wait,
Street
I want to
villains?
see them
Street
connect
level villains.
Kingpin and all them motherfuckers.
Everybody that was in the Marvel Cinematic, not so Marvel Cinematic, Marvel,
the Marvel Netflix universe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
we
saying.
I want Fisk. I want.
Well, because
Hawk,
I thought Taskmaster was supposed to be in
Bullseye.
the movie.
he was supposed to be in
Bullseye.
Winter Soldier, but they ended up changing him with Crossbones.
You're right. He
He
was
was
That
supposed
was
to
a
be in-
bullshit
yeah.
move. And then they just killed
I
him
like
off in the next movie.
Crossbones. I don't like that he's
Cro-
dead, but I did
Crossbones
like.
was a good character.
He
Yeah,
was.
like that was some
He was
bullshit.
great.
They killed him like right away. We didn't even get to enjoy like him
We
being a
literally
villain.
saw him in the suit, throwing hands, and then boom, killed himself.
Fucking, they're gonna
That was a
start
wasted
witch
potential.
killing him.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, yeah, no, I don't know. They,
Crossbones is the young.
if we were just gonna do that with Crossbones, y'all could have even said the Russian dude with the scar that's in the elevator with him is fucking Taskmaster. You could have said that and left that on the side because he didn't die. We saw him running off when the Triskelion was blowing up and all of the hovercrafts or whatever the fuck it's called.
Other street level, nobody.
Well, actually, I want. Well, not anybody, but going back to Taskmaster, I think he'd be a great villain for Sam Wilson's first Captain America movie.
Fuck that!
Oh,
I want to
that
see him
would
beat the
like-
shit. Fuck that! I
like,
wanna see him
think
beat
about,
the shit
like-
out of Spider-Man.
No,
I
but-
do want to see
I wanna see him
Taskmaster
beat the shit out of
fight
Spider-Man.
Well, yeah,
Spider-Man.
but I mean,
as
like,
well.
introduce Taskmaster in the Captain America movie.
that would be a
He's
good.
trying to
that would
because you
be
know
a
how
great-
he learns by just seeing a person's fighting, and like he watches Captain America and tries to be a pretend Captain America.
I don't know.
And
It
then
looks
the-
like they might be setting him up because remember in the most recent Spider-Man they did show that there's gonna be like a group of
A
villains
Sinister
just-
Six.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like
They
they
can
could
always
introduce
make
him
it
as a
different.
villain for Captain America first. Then he beats him, and then he moves down to Spider-Man,
Until
thinking
he
he's
gets his
easier.
ass beat by a man, he goes to be the child.
And then he goes to get basically how it is in the comics. He gets his ass beat by fucking Shield agents. Think, I'm gonna fuck up their little superhero interns, and then
Yeah.
gets fucked up by them.
I want to see him beat the shit out of Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man gets saved by like White Tiger or something.
I want to see him.
Wait,
I wanna
which
see
White
Peter
Tiger?
go, I don't feel so
The
good.
female
Like,
or
it
Shit.
should be-
okay?
Yeah, like my thing is okay. So the Nova Corps got blasted, so we're never gonna see Nova.
No. Actually,
I'm so
Nova.
glad that you brought that up because I would have forgotten about it.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
need some
I ain't gonna let you
Nova.
go.
All right,
I
so
don't care.
actually, I want to start this off because
Go ahead.
if for the nobody knows this yet, but the Kage is a very big Green Lantern fan.
I'll fight you.
He's a very, very
That is
big.
true.
There's nothing wrong with Green Lantern. It's
There's
just
a problem with the movie.
The
Yeah.
movie was the golden peak of cinematic history.
But anyways, he's a very-
podcast off right
He's a
now.
very
What are you gay?
He's wrong.
he is very wrong. He loves the character of Green Lantern, and Nova is the equivalent of Green Lantern for the Marvel Universe, Nova Corps and all that. The Richard Rider Nova, who becomes Nova Prime, is their solution to Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner, with him being the leader of the whole Corps when they reform, and him also being the chosen last Nova after the whole entire Nova Corps was destroyed by Titus. So him being the last Nova, you know, instead of Titus doing it, you could replace it with, you know, Thanos fucked up all the Nova Corps, and then we can have the final Nova helmet with it actually having powers, not just being a piece of fucking armor for the cops of the Nova Corps, and have it have powers. He puts it on, he would be more like Captain Marvel, not at the same power level, but same powers.
Yeah, I like Nova more so for I can't remember the guy's name or whatnot.
The kid?
Yeah.
Fuck, Sam.
Sam. It's
Yeah.
I forgot his last name. It's
I
Sam
was gonna-
something.
I don't know why I was gonna say Reyes, but I think I'm getting him mixed up with Ghost Riders.
Robbie Reyes.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, Robbie. He's in the Marvel Universe.
He is.
Yes,
What?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What?
He's in the show. He's a guy. Did you really have to bring that up?
Y'all
And
can't
you,
see-
alright.
Y'all can't see the Green Lantern and Power Ranger belt that
He is wearing he has his Green Lantern and his Power Rangers Mighty Morpher with the white tiger power coin in it.
I want to point out Green Lantern fucked the Nova Corps up. Fuck the Nova.
Okay,
We're not doing
that's
power
true.
scaling
That
now.
is
We're not.
that's
Wait.
true.
We
though,
might
but
as well.
We're not
that's
doing
a
it
different
versus-
We might
episode.
as well.
That's a different episode.
I just want to point out Planet of the Apes are Green Lanterns now, so that's the thing.
So is Star Trek.
Okay, fuck them though. They got like super racist rings.
What is that?
Oh, that is right. They do.
Yeah, they're all white. But yeah, no, the Nova Corps would be a badass thing. I like how you were like, fuck, I forgot his name already. Triton.
Titus.
Titus coming out would be a dope ass thing, considering that Thanos had those Ronin and the other guy from Miss Marvel's fucking team or whatever working for him. So what's to say he doesn't have Titus go fuck these motherfuckers up?
Oh, I didn't. He
sends
could
him
be
like
the
his
mole.
agent. Yeah, he would send
The
him like
mole.
as his agent and shit.
Oh damn! I didn't think about that. That would be a very good introduction. Him
I'm
being.
saying.
Yeah.
And then you got that, and then you got fucking Nova coming out. Because Nova, alright, even though Nova ain't never gonna be a Green Lantern, he could fucking, you know.
Well,
he
not
was
if they have a
powerful character.
crossover again.
And then, like you were saying, not as powerful as Miss Marvel. I think at his best,
As Nova Prime, he would be
right,
on par
whatever,
with
at
Miss
his
Marvel.
best, he'd fucking whoop her ass.
No, he wouldn't. No.
She'd be making him a sandwich in like 10 minutes.
Alright, in comics, Nova isn't as strong as any Captain Marvel, not even the original Captain Marvel, which is like he's not that powerful. He's just a guy with a gun. But like,
The guy with a gun is very powerful. I don't know what the
It
fuck
depends on what neighborhood you're in.
you're talking about.
alright, but like Nova Prime, he's on par with Captain Marvel. Like they can go blow for blows for days. But like when it's all said and done, Nova has his power comes from his helmet. Miss Marvel is the power. She'll fuck him up if she's able to get that helmet off. And as
Miss
we saw
Marvel-
in fucking Endgame, she was able to like
Alright,
fuck up a dude
first
and
of all,
maneuver him.
Miss Marvel. No, wait.
Captain Marvel.
No, yeah, whatever. Miss Marvel. Captain Marvel is the guy they're calling Shazam now, which is dumb.
I want to get into that later.
Whatever,
but
we'll
that's
talk about that later.
that's
But
another
like,
thing,
so
yeah.
Miss Marvel's thing is she was the only white person to get blown up and get superpowers from it. So
Okay,
let's
we
just
wanna
say
end
that.
this.
Anyways, no, yeah.
You guys are assholes. This is an important subject.
This is not important.
Either way,
You
Miss
think
Marvel
she's
was
the only one that's gotten
superpowered.
blown and gotten superpowers from it?
Well, see, you're gonna make me talk about current events. No. All right, so like all in all, it's like you can go into Miss Marvel with Miss Marvel's bullshit. You can go into fucking what's the other fish? Into like the whole bullshit with Nova or whatever. But end of the day, with all these comics coming out with like crossover powers and shit, like you got Punisher as War Machine, you got Infamous Iron Man, you got Rescue coming out, and like they basically did it now with Tony dying. Is the perfect time to bring in a new cast of like not like galactic level destroyers villains or whatever. So like,
Yeah,
all
take
right,
a break.
Hokage, can you pass me a Heineken as well?
can you pass me a bottle of water that is green?
Can you open this for me?
Oh yeah, I got you.
I'm not super inebriated.
Oh shit, I'm wearing the wrong ring, bro. I'm wearing the wrong ring.
Did you just say, Nick, water that is green, nigga?
Yeah, I don't want the young children listening to this knowing that I'm becoming.
I really don't. I really hope that our audience isn't children.
Our audience should not be children.
No, there's.
Especially with
they
this. Oh, I hope they're not.
I mean,
Vanity.
That's,
would never.
that shit spreads the quickest, bro.
Oh,
Real
dude,
shit.
we'll be the fucking robot chicken of fucking.
No,
if you're
podcast.
listening
no,
to this,
don't put us
kid,
that
we
low.
need your help to save the
You're
Avengers.
shut
Captain
your ass
America
up.
needs your credit
Keep-
card information.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Nah,
I
the
don't support
information.
that, but I don't. I'm not gonna stop him.
Okay.
Nah, the
okay.
information is
Hey,
safe with me
hey,
and the
okay.
Nigerian prince.
What's up, Hokage?
So, what I'm thinking is, I think we should talk about all of the deaths that occurred.
All two of them? All two important of them?
Yeah.
Alright, so the
We
two
talk
important.
about Thanos is dead, bro.
That's why, that's one of the important ones.
Thanos died twice.
Black Widow is not important.
You know? Oh.
Don't do that next to the fucking equipment. Yo, it's fucking up.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean it's fucking old?
It's fucking or whatever. Anyway, so like, Black Widow is not an important character. Not important. Well, she wasn't a really.
Boy,
important
shut your
death.
mouth. Her cleavage was amazing.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Wow.
She didn't have any, right?
Oh, here we go with the bullshit.
No, we're not doing. We're not talking about
Alright,
titties today.
well, but
Well, all right, let's just cover that Miss Marvel had no titties to speak of.
agreed.
Okay, so go back to
Anyways,
your important deaths.
Like her death, like watching the movie, she died and everything. But like they drew out the death so long, like her and Hawkeye fighting over who's gonna jump off the fucking.
I like that. I like the.
It was nice, but like, it was just like you're just like somebody died already, and then when it happens, you're just like, okay, it happened.
You know what? You are right. There was a
Honestly,
point
yeah.
where I was like, I felt like it did drag on a
Yeah,
little bit.
and then but like fucking Tony, he gets all the Infinity Stones, makes a gauntlet out of his own armor, dies. That one we were not suspecting it. We're not.
I was
I
thanks to some
thought-
asshole on Facebook who decided to spoil that part.
Why the fuck were you on
Little bitch.
Facebook?
Why were you? You know the
Yeah,
fucking
you know,
drill.
you know where
When a
it's
movie
at.
comes out,
X videos. That's where you gotta be out.
I fucking hate you.
He was like, the worst place to find a spoiler is Pornhub.
I said nothing of the sort. But yeah, I was aware of that part, but I was still surprised because it was like, I was like, oh, he got the gauntlet, he gonna snap his fingers, he should be all, oh wait,
He's not.
things happen to you. when
Yeah, they
Yeah.
kind of set it up when Thanos was like all messed up.
Right.
Considering that, I'm pretty sure the gauntlet was fused to his hand.
It was fused to his hand.
Yeah,
It was.
when we saw him
Yeah,
try
The
to
gauntlet was
destroy
fused
it,
to his
though.
hand.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if it was like what, like it was like 20 something days later, it took him 2 weeks or 3
It took him
weeks
2 weeks to
to
destroy
like
the thing.
destroy the stones and shit. But considering when he actually did it, his arm was already kind of toasted.
So that even
Wait,
if
I have
you
a
use the metal
question.
tool.
What happened to all this pain and shit that was happening with these people putting on the fucking gauntlet? And the first one, when Thanos was just popping these motherfuckers.
Like,
I think it's because
I think
in the first
directly.
movie,
I
he
think
pops
he-
in
I
it. It
think
was
he
like
was
he was
doing
doing
it-
fucking coke. He was just like,
He was just like,
Because I think he was
like,
already
"Oh, shit, I
aware,
have
like
power."
he was already used to it because he had each one for a period of time already.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to do it all at once.
all at once. Yeah.
And then considering you had to be like basically a celestial being to hold him.
Which, alright,
Yeah.
you know how I was so pissed when they did it. Thor could have actually taken it. He could have done
No.
it.
Could have.
Because Thor's an actual guy. Fucking Hulk.
And
It's
then-
mostly gamma rays. I can take it.
And then
Your ass is
considering-
now like this with your arm.
Oh wait,
I
did
think
that
it's
not
'cause he
piss
was
anybody
trying to
else
bring
off
back,
that the radiation coming
Natasha.
off the Infinity
True.
Stones was something earthbound, like gamma radiation?
I wouldn't piss,
Weird,
but
right?
it's weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. And then my thing in Miss Marvel was, in Captain Marvel was, how the fuck could Red Skull not even hold the fucking Tesseract? Mind you, it's the container of the actual
No, he could
space
hold the.
stone. And then he got transported, and then it melted through the goddamn steel floor, and it fit in a fucking Fonzie lunchbox.
Wait, no, he could.
Dude.
Wait, it was not a Fonzie lunchbox?
Loki
Yes.
picked it up with his bare hands.
Well,
Yeah,
Loki's a god.
People were picking it up with
Wait,
their bare
so Tesseract
wait.
does melt
I-
steel beams?
It does, but alright. So you were saying how Red
We
Skull
ain't
wasn't
doing
able to
this.
pick it up? In Captain America: The First Avenger, he did pick it up. It's
With
only
the
when
main
he
part.
tried to use its power and it overpowered him. That's
When
when,
he
it
picked it
melted.
up, his glove started sizzling.
No, because when he first found it in that church in Germany, he opens up the box and pulls it out. Nothing happens to him. The only reason they were handling it with such care is because it would get unstable and it will start activating.
My dick, they had special carrying cases, and you telling me this bitch put it in a lunchbox?
And then
Unstable.
fucking Avengers, Nick Fury did the same thing. He pulled it out of the fucking
Well, Nick Fury
thing
has
and
a lot
put it
of
in the box.
passions, so you know we're gonna let that one slide.
Does anybody else have anything to add to this discussion?
Okay,
'Cause we
so
already...
one of my favorite parts, probably throughout the whole movie, I don't know. I figured that's how they would go about the time traveling thing. That's kind of like why I didn't want them to spoil anything, and by them spoiling something, it kind of like, okay, we know they're gonna use like the quantum realm, we know they're gonna use time and things like that, we know they're gonna use it to navigate. It's like, okay, that's fine, I guess. But I guess the biggest thing that caught our eyes is probably the things that, at least I can speak for me, is the emotional moments that were sprinkled throughout the movie, along with, kind of the dark and edgy moments, and then kind of the more goofier moments. And I was kind of asking what you guys think. What do you think it was a good blend between, very dramatic, funny, and action, kind of in that genre of kind of what we have seen in Marvel movies in the past, or at the very least Avengers, because we all know each Avengers movie standalone can be different than the Avengers altogether. So, what do you guys think?
Like
Too
Alright.
much comedy, too much.
I feel like it
No,
was a perfect flow,
yeah.
and it
Yeah.
just slid into everything perfectly.
Yeah, it was
like
a perfect.
puzzle.
I
Yeah,
think
it was
the
a
best
perfect-
example is of Tony Stark's funeral. What did you see when they're fucking having the boat lifted?
They had the it was the float, those flowers or whatever.
Yeah, my bad.
They had the sculpture that Pepper Potts got him in the first movie that said proof that Tony Stark has a heart, where his first arc reactor was put into.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it was. I'm telling you, they went back to everything that started off the entire universe.
Yeah.
Like Captain America with his whole "I can do this all day." He's like, I know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
everything
that's like
had
the
a play
perfect-
back.
That's the perfect blend of
Also
comedy
hilarious
and-
that he started cursing now.
Yeah,
He did? What did
Yeah,
he
he
say?
did.
He was cursing to his Captain
Throughout
America.
the whole movie.
Yeah,
he was
was
like, "Let's
"Shit,
get this
this."
asshole."
Yeah. But alright, so like my opinion on it is like it's a great blend of all types of Marvel movies, because they had like the heist motif with Ant-Man and the whole thing of going through time and like building a plan and getting through that plan and then fucking up the plan.
We didn't get the Mexican guy.
We did not, which was kind of
Which is
disappointing.
sad.
That was a missed opportunity.
He should have been like, "Okay, guys, this is gonna be the plan."
This is Brian. He
That
was
shit
in the
would've
car.
killed me.
He was in the fucking van with him the whole time. He was just like, "So this is what we're gonna do." That tells him all that shit.
I think
Like,
that's
I
what
want-
you want to keep in Ant-Man, just to keep the series like
diverse.
exclusive. Yeah.
Hey, we
Yeah.
got to see Wong's big ass, so we could have seen him.
Yeah,
I
we
You know
want
what?
Hispanic representation.
You know what? What really
Okay, that's
matters
fair,
right now in
that's
this
fair.
discussion?
Alright.
Where the fuck was the ant at the end of Ant-Man 2?
Oh,
That was
Anthony,
playing the drums.
Anthony died.
No, he didn't. He
Yeah,
was
he
at the
did.
end of Ant-Man 2. He was
No,
playing
he
the
survived the
drums.
snap.
too.
Anthony 2 survived. He survived.
Yeah,
He was
that's what
playing
he
the
did too.
drums.
But he wasn't the one playing the drums. That
He
was
was-
the first one.
No,
It was
the
5
second
years
one.
later.
Ant-Man
Ants
2.
died.
Ant-Man and
Oh,
Wasp.
Ants do die. Yeah, that's right.
He's probably dead either way.
Anyways,
Nah.
trying to, I'm ending this. Fuck y'all.
It's over.
Anyways, trying to finish my thoughts. It was a good movie, had a good blend of all things, and like there was a lot of good things.
Yo,
And,
how many
like,
movies did
I
Ant-Man
think-
have?
Too.
Those.
It was just a great ending to the last. You can't say 10 years no more because it's been 11.
Isn't it
So the
still?
last 11 years.
Is it
of
still
films.
Phase 2?
This
No,
is
it's
this is
three.
phase 4.
Phase 3?
Phase 4.
I want to say they have fate.
Phase 3. Right? No. Phase.
It's either the
Spider-Man's
start. It's either the start of phase.
It's the
4
ending of
or
phase
end
3.
Phase 4.
And the
It's
phase
the
3.
phase
And the
four.
phase 3.
In phase 3.
Yeah. Because it was
These
Avengers.
are trilogy movies.
Yeah.
I think about that. So
Yeah, it's
Trilogy
phase
is
3.
3.
And it's
So
no.
this is the end of phase 3. Yes, it is.
yeah,
I know what you're
Spider-Man.
talking about.
Spider-Man's the beginning of phase 4.
How many times they?
But they said that
trilogies with
Spider-Man Far From Home is
Is the first?
end.
No, it's the first movie of phase 4.
Nah, they said it was the end.
It's the first.
So, yeah.
Anyways,
Bitches.
it was a good ending. It wrapped up a lot of stuff that happened in previous movies. Captain America finally got his dance with Peggy Carter. Iron Man had a family. He lived the life that he wanted. He died saving people, and he died with the words of his last movie, "I am Iron Man."
His first movie.
His first movie. Yeah. Well, he died in the
Captain America
in
ate
Iron Man
his
3, he
cake,
did the same
had
thing.
his cake and ate it too. The
Look,
cake being
no.
shaped-
No, we are not doing. No.
That's a
being
dumbass
Iron Man.
No,
saying.
stop.
That's
Fucking
a
really
dumbass
not.
no.
saying.
It's really not.
Who the fuck? How many motherfuckers
If
you
Peggy
know buy
Carter-
cake? and
No,
don't
we
eat
are
that
not
shit?
talking.
If Peggy
We are not
Carter-
talking about this shit.
That-
No,
we're not getting into
no,
the same.
That's
no.
that's a very.
No, but if
who
Peggy
buys
Carter
cake
was the
and
cake,
doesn't
Doesn't
eat
eat
You're
it.
both idiots.
I fucking hate y'all.
Peggy Carter was the
And-
cake, Shannon Carter was the slice, and he ate both.
I want
Oh my
y'all. I want
God.
all four of y'all to
Both
look at me and tell me
literally
you
and
guys have bought
figuratively.
cake and not ate it.
Yeah, actually, I have.
Fuck you.
I bought cake. I bought a piece of fucking Portillo's cake and brought it from my mom's. So
No,
fuck
I'm
you.
talking about
Oh
for
my
you.
God.
I'm talking about for you.
Dude.
I'm talking about it's the middle of the night. You're like, man, you know what go good with this motherfucking 40? A cake. A
Dude.
slice.
Why would you eat a
Dude.
fucking cake with a 40?
Wait, hold up. So Shannon Carter is Peggy Carter's niece, right?
I'm literally
Great
gonna
niece.
cut. I'm gonna cut
It's-
the.
but
I'm
it's
gonna
her
cut the
niece, right?
podcast.
Yes.
I'm gonna cut the
So that
podcast
means
off.
Steve Rogers is the funny uncle.
Oh,
Turn it off. Turn it
no.
off. So this is
Turn it
where we wrap it up. It's been fun kicking it with
sign-
the Kage.
No more
Signing
no
off,
sucks.
Misukage here.
Right, Kage.
Oh, Kage.
Nova get bodied by a green
That
light.
was Kaze
Kaze
Kage.
Kage.
And Suchi Kage signing out.